Welcome everyone to Merkaba Energy Healing. So in today's pick a card reading, we are asking Spirit, what do people admire about you? We have 3 cards and 3 crystals. Interestingly, major arcana fell out for each of the groups. Pile number 1 with message number 1, we have the Wheel of Fortune that came out for you. And that is paired with the Malachite. Pile number 2 with message number 2, the Hierophant came out for you. That is paired with the blue quartz. Finally, pile number 3 with message number 3, the Hermit card came out for you. And that is paired with the Howlite. So when you are ready, you may go to the description box below to find the timing for your reading, the timestamp for your reading, and I will see you over there. Welcome, group number 1. Today we are asking Spirit, what do people admire about you? You chose the Wheel of Fortune with the Malachite. So I am going to tune in to your energy, asking my highest and best spirit guides, guided only by the One. Please tune me in to group number 1's energy, just for the purposes of this reading. Show me only that which is kind, clear, and accurate. Thank you. What do people most admire about my group number 1's? I'm hearing the word trailblazer. You might, I'm hearing set the stage for what is to come. You might be a bit ahead of the curve. You might set trends, something like this. They're saying that you're seekers, but not seekers of knowledge, which perhaps you are, but they're highlighting that you're always curious. You're always curious about your path, about what's up ahead, and you tend to see things before other people do. With the Wheel of Fortune here, they're saying that you feel harmonious with your soul path. You might have been the black sheep in your family, or the one that sort of went after that fringe thing that other people would be too scared or too trepidatious to go after. And you're really admired for being this risk taker in a way. You might not see it as a risk, but other people do. You went after not just what you wanted, but what felt aligned to you. They're showing me that people look at you as somebody who is actually fulfilling their soul mission. Even if they don't have the name or the words for that, rather, they have a sense of that you are doing something meaningful and you didn't shy away from that calling. They're showing me the Judgment card, right? You had a calling and you went after it. Okay. They're saying that some of you might be career changers. You might have done something very conventional at one stage in your life, a 9-to-5, a 40-hour work week, whatever it might be for you that's considered conventional. And you might have then veered off that path. Some of you recently did this, and you're in the liminal space between your old life and the new life. But this is what is, I'm hearing, becoming of you. You are what's the word? I see it. It's like you're growing into this new path. So you're very much admired for doing that which other people would be too scared to do. You dream of something and then you make it a reality. If something pulls you in another direction, the way this woman is holding this wheel with sort of love, there's harmony about the way you do that. It's not a struggle. You're pulled in another direction, you go in that direction. You might have moved, from your place of origin to a totally different country or a place where you didn't know anyone. Okay, this is the energy I'm getting from this group. You do things that are all your own. They're even highlighting this girl's green hair. You might dye your hair a cool color, or you might have a certain look that is altogether different than your family's, your place of origin, your culture, or just at large. You do your own thing. Guides, show me a little bit more. Okay, they're highlighting the sun here. I know the moon is here as well, but they're highlighting the sun and how this woman is sort of out in the sun, letting herself be seen in her very unique way of working in her life, behaving, what she goes after, and even how she shows up. Because they're showing me the ascendant being one that you you hold in high regard, the way that you're viewed by the world. Not that you depend on it at all. Okay, so they're telling me to retract that. I'm telling me to slow down. I'm always remiss to slow down in these readings, that someone's going to just be impatient, and I get that. Okay, let me just take that back and say that again. You enjoy being different. Being who you are, and that might show up as different. But the idea of being different doesn't inherently mean anything, right? Does it? It really doesn't mean anything. Different than what? We are all different one from the next. Even if we dress alike or we try to speak alike, in the end, we're all very different. It's this group that actually follows the beat of their own drum and lets yourselves be seen in that way. And if you haven't yet, that is about to come to fruition, okay? You're going to start embodying that. They are saying that some of you are turning the wheel of fate for our planet so that the direction that things are going on our planet, whatever it might be, the way we treat animals, it might be the way that we heal, it might be the way that we work with energy, because they keep showing me energy work. Whatever conventionality, they're also showing me plants. The way that we have normally, quote unquote, worked with animals, or how we heal our bodies, or how we engage with the planet, you guys are turning the wheel in a different direction. And in that way, you're trailblazers. You're leading the pack in a new way of engaging a lot of aspects of the earth that previously set her back, I'm hearing. So you might come up with innovative ways of addressing medical conditions that people say are incurable, like autoimmune diseases. I'm not a medical doctor, but my personal opinion is that you absolutely can heal just about anything. And I've done this firsthand with nutritional counseling and my own, guidance, otherwise, with things like, you see Crohn's, lupus. Lupus is harder, but a lot of the gut problems, fibromyalgia, nerve problems. Okay, so this group has the capacity to see beyond what science shows us, what the textbooks have shown us, what your teachers have taught you, etc. I'm hearing that you're the ones that push the envelope. Feels very Aquarius to me, okay? And with the malachite here being a very healing stone, again, you might, and it's very powerful. This is not a mild kind of healing. You have to be quite careful when you're using malachite. There's this feeling that you guys, I'm hearing, go for the jugular. You're not quiet about what you're doing. You're on the front line, boots on the ground, at the, picketing at the head of the line of all of the protesters, this sort of thing. Yeah, I'm getting a big yes on that. So I don't know what to say, you guys. Bravo. As often I feel in my readings, I feel very emotional tapping into your energy, because your energy is so fierce and so undeniably unapologetic that I feel very honored to be in your energy. We need more of you. What can I say? Okay, let's see what else we can get for you guys. My highest and best spirit guides, guided only by the one. What else can you tell me that people admire about this amazing group number 1? Please show me clearly the cards. What else do people admire about, I keep hearing this no nonsense attitude. And then the King of Wands comes out. Talk about no nonsense. Okay, this is not a guy or girl or person that shies away from being seen. He's all in, I'm hearing. This person's all in. And again, for those of you who pigeonhole tarot cards, just please take a pause. King of Wands does not always indicate narcissism, especially in my channel. That is not true. The King of Wands has such power and such passion and such drive that is unbridled and unrivaled by the people around him or her or them, okay? And that's you. You guys have a vision. You guys have vision. You have the capacity to see that which needs to be seen at this time on the planet. And you not only see it, but you engage it. You bring it into action. And you're a leader in a lot of ways with the King of Wands here. And again, we have the Sun here. Now, it's interesting how this particular guy is laughing. And even she has this lovely inner spirit of, like she's smiling to herself inside, and this guy is laughing over here because they're highlighting that. You might have a jovial way of doing things. You might be very serious about what you do, but you might bring a bit of levity to it. As serious as you are about it, there's this, again, I keep hearing this no nonsense attitude. I'm starting to clear a little bit, you guys. It's like, I'm just going to do what I'm going to do, And I'm not going to apologize for it. And there's kind of a laughing about it. People can say whatever they want to say. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. I love it. I love this attitude. I love this disposition. It's not to stick it to people. It's not to be arrogant. It's just unapologetic. This is what I'm here to do, and I'm going to go do it. And I'm going to rock it. I got, I got my crown on my head, and I'm going to be damn good at it. And I'm going to show everybody else the way. And whoever doesn't want to come with me, that's cool. There's no hating here. You don't judge other people, but you are a leader. And you don't shy away from that. And people admire that about you. And they keep showing me that a lot of people will not say this to this group, but people are thinking it. Okay, a lot of people want to wear your shoes, not necessarily be you, but want to have that bravado, I'm hearing. That capacity to sort of say, F it. This is what I'm going to do. Whether people, if I walk alone in the streets, I'll walk alone in the streets with my own picket sign, my picketing sign, my, whatever it's called. That little, can't think of basic English when I'm channeling, a picketing sign, whatever, when you're protesting. If I got to go out there by myself, I'm going to do it. I'm also hearing it's not always easy for you. Like, even though you have this no-nonsense attitude, it's not always easy. Because they're highlighting this big brownstone behind here, and I'm feeling my New York attitude coming out, okay? There's this feeling that you might be in the middle of a big city, and you will be seen by a lot of people, and there might be a lot of naysaying, and you're still out there, just doing you, and laughing all the while. You take what you do seriously, but you don't take yourself so seriously, if that makes sense. What else do people admire? No. What else do people admire about my group number 1s? Show me the card clearly, please. Show me the card clearly, please. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles, nice. You know, that's pretty much exactly what it means here. You work damn hard, you guys. You don't shy away from hard work. While other people rest on their laurels, you put the pedal to the metal. That's what I'm hearing. You keep going. I'm hearing burning the midnight oil. Maybe some of you have difficulty sleeping. Maybe some of you have been diagnosed with ADD or ADHD. That's just because you've got this unbridled enthusiasm about life and things that you want to get done. And I'm not diminishing a diagnosis of ADD, by the way. Just saying that you might have that energy about you that feels like it's verging on mania. Again, not a diagnosis. I'm speaking colloquially here. You just have you're very driven. And when you set a goal, you go after it. Okay? No matter what. Now, they're showing me something very interesting here with the King of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles with this woman and this man here. They're saying that you might have cycles wherein you go all in. No, let me retract that. Where you work, your head is down, you're working really hard and nobody sees you. You don't come out. And then all of a sudden, you're out at a club, you're not let's say you guys are clubbers or anything, but you're out with your friends. Suddenly people see you again and they're like, where have you been? And then you tell them some kind of crazy story. Either you were just working hard at home, but it feels almost like you took a really long trip somewhere, something akin to a sabbatical. Okay. Oh, I did Doctors Without Borders. You know, it's like I went to meditate with, you know, Tibetan monks or something. I don't know why I just heard that. Or I went to an ashram. It's like you go all in for a period of time and people don't see you. And then all of a sudden you come out and it's almost like, not you're reborn, but you always surprise people. It's like you always look a little different. You always have another story to tell. You go on a lot of different adventures, even if the adventures are in the four walls of your own home. You're always working on something. You're always tinkering with something, right? There's always some story you have to tell. And people have great admiration for the way you move through your life. It's quite unpredictable and it's very inspired. Okay. Ooh. Bottom of the deck. I don't know if you guys heard that. That was a huge roll of thunder. Bottom of the deck, Page of Wands. This is this energy of being ever curious about life. You just have this curiosity that is just ever present. Now, they're highlighting this woman's red dress, and they did highlight this guy's red t-shirt before. And I just want to say that when people are around you, they feel that you're very embodied. You're very embodied. You're very sturdy. You hold space for yourself and for other people. But again, there's this foiled energy where you might check out a little bit. It doesn't mean you lack embodiment when you check out. You're just not there. So I do get this sense a little bit that you might not get back to people sometimes. Like your friends love you when you're there, but when you're not there, they're like, where the heck is John, Jane? Texting, and you've got your headphones on, you're working, okay? So you might have these periods where you're a really great friend, you lean in a lot when people are in front of you, but when they're not, and you go off and you do your own thing, you're kind of AWOL. I'm not saying people admire this about you, but it's something that they're showing me in the field. And they're having me clear when I say this message. So maybe there is a message in that for someone to sort of be more aware, more considerate of the people in your life. You can still do your thing, but you might have to find a way of creating a little bit more balance so that the people in your life don't feel like they're left to the wayside when you go off, to that ashram or whatever it might be. Okay. All right. I want to pull some astro cards here and see what areas of interest come up with regards to what people admire about you. My highest and best spirit guides. Can you show me the first card? What do people admire about? Okay. My group number ones. Beautiful. That just came out. Oh, that's really lovely. Cancer, nurture, comfort, and protection. So malachite is actually a very powerful stone of protection. And that is a sense that I get. You guys are really a leader. I'm not saying Cancer. I'm talking about the verbiage down here. There's this sense of people feeling very safe around you. That's that sturdiness that they were highlighting. You hold space for others, but first and foremost, you're very much in your own energy signature, so that when people do share, they don't feel like they're burdening you. They don't feel like you lose your grounding. You're like an oak tree. That's how they feel. They feel very nurtured and comforted by you, just like they said before. You have a very protective energy, great leadership energy. But again, there's that feeling of when you're not there, you're really not there. I'm hearing crickets, right? Okay. Yeah, when you do come around, I do get the sense you're gregarious and you're warm, and you've got this energy that makes people just feel like they're at home. Okay, and they love that about you. What else do you want to tell me? One more card, please, for my group number ones. What do people admire about them, please? And thank you. One card, please. Thank you. One card, my guides. Okay, too many. Guides, one card. Thank you. And finally, we have... Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, the moon. Satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. So, the moon rules Cancer, nurture self and others. So there's definitely this sense that you attend both to your own needs as much as you attend to others. People admire this about you because many people fall on one side of the spectrum. They either give way too much of themselves to others, or they're greedy and they just receive. You guys have a decidedly harmonious energy about you, which is exactly what they said at the beginning. This feeling of harmony within yourself. And if you haven't yet embodied this energy, you are about to. Okay. There is this energy of you attending both to yourself and others at the same time with some kind of equality. And equality doesn't necessarily mean 50-50. But it feels harmonious to others in a way that they feel like you're one that they can call on without breaking you in some way. With the moon, I'm just going to touch on this because I don't feel it very strongly, but I do feel that you give very good advice. Okay. You do have a sense of what people need. I don't feel like that deep intuition. You might have that, but just from this card, I'm not getting that. I'm getting the sense that you're able to reflect what people are going through, their difficulty, in a way that is very palatable. Again, because you're coming from a strong place. People who reflect other people's shadow, who are themselves lost in their own shadow, tend to project more of a lopsided perspective to the other person that makes the other person feel out of whack. And not really seen. But because you see yourself accurately and you're so sturdy in your own energy, when you do reflect other people's shadow to them, there's a generosity and there's a compassion there that comes from your rootedness and lack of projection. So they're able to actually see themselves more clearly without bristling too much at it. Yeah, because they know that it comes from a place of accuracy rather than dysfunction. And that's a rare thing. So again, it's that feeling of people being very safe with you, feeling very safe with you and what you have on offer for them, because they know it comes from a place of sturdiness and steadiness. And I think they really appreciate that. Okay, my dear ones, I'm going to close out the reading there. I hope that this resonated for you. Let me know in the comments down below. But if nothing else, I send you guys so much love and so many blessings. Until the next reading, take very good care. Welcome, group number 2. Today we are asking Spirit, what do people admire about you? So you chose the blue quartz and this amazing Hierophant card. Okay. This group feels super powerful. My highest and best spirit guides, guided only by the One, please tune me into group number 2. Show me that which is kind, clear, and accurate. What do people admire most about my group number 2? So this might go without saying with the Hierophant, but I'm hearing the word clever. You're very clever. I'm hearing that you're able to read between the lines so that when somebody is speaking to you, they don't have to say everything for you to get exactly what they mean. While people admire about you, they're also a little bit intimidated by this asset that you have, this feature of your personality, because people can't lie to you. You see right through them. I'm suddenly aware of how stuffy I feel. That always makes me feel that you guys have a very powerful third eye. That's always clearing through the sinuses. Okay. Or maybe just somebody has a cold, but no, they're saying, yeah, maybe somebody has a cold, but they're saying it's more recognition of the third eye. Okay. What do people admire about my group number 2s? Please tune me into their energy very clearly now. Show me about their energy. Okay. They're showing me there's a thoughtfulness to you. You speak very thoughtfully. Like I'm seeing you listening to somebody and you're not speaking over them. You're not just trying to make a point. It's as if people can speak to you and they really feel that it lands with you. You're not just a good listener. They're showing me you processing, almost like a computer. You receive the information and it sort of goes through your brain, and they're almost showing me this neuronal network lighting up in your brain where you might think of many, many different things to say in response. Almost genius as it is being shown to me. And you have to learn, or you had to learn, to find a way to communicate it. Because it can be, you might be someone who says, okay, there are 3 things I want to say about this. Number 1, this. Number 2, this. Number 3, this. That's the feeling that I'm getting. It's almost like when someone comes to you with something, so much comes up in your mind that you almost have to compartmentalize the ideas before giving it to the person. Otherwise, you might overwhelm others with how much feedback you are capable of offering others. Okay? Interesting. And you know, the blue quartz is a stone of the throat chakra of communication. And so you guys have a very unique and powerful way of communicating information and wisdom to others, almost at a genius level. Okay? I'm not really talking about IQ, and I'm not even talking about emotional intelligence. This is highly unusual and unique. It's almost like you get a download of information and you need to parse out what to say first, what to say second, what to say third, and what not to say. What is simply information being given to you so that you can better understand the situation that you're faced with, or the person that is presenting some challenge to you or problem to you that you want to work with, okay? But it is a kind of brilliance. What they're showing me here is a convergence between, I don't know if that's the right verbiage, but there's a convergence with the rational psychological mind and the spiritual intuitive mind. Okay. Okay. So it's interesting that my throat chakra just completely went out. It's almost like you're able, okay, as I'm doing this, I realize that on this card, the keys are crossed, right? Which is on every Hierophant card and in some way, but this is very pronounced in this beautiful card. They're showing me these keys as a converging space wherein, it's interesting, this reminds me of Barbolt's belt or the basket that's in astrology right now, or just past anyway, if you're listening to this message when that astrological event just happened. It's like there's a point in the middle where the rational, the psychological, the everyday understanding of things in depth, no less, converges with a higher mind, spiritual awareness, spiritual knowledge, downloads, intuition, connection with the higher self. Okay. You guys have this very unique ability to bring these two together into form, into speaking. And this does put people in a position of awe a little bit of you. Okay, so they admire it, but they're showing it to me that it's taken a step forward. People are a bit in awe of this talent. I think sometimes you're not even aware of how powerful this gift is because you've probably had it your whole life. You might have said that you're claircognizant, which you are, but it's that on steroids. It's a whole nother level. Okay, they want me to draw cards. Okay, the original channel message for each of the groups I'm finding is the most important information to take away from these readings. Clearing a little bit now, I don't know why. Yeah, okay, so they're saying that what I just gave to you guys, it's like pause the video and sit with that a little bit. Because they're saying you have to take that to the bank. You might be able to monetize this gift. I'm not trying to diminish it by adding something so 3D, but let's all face it, we live in the 3D and you have to make money. And when you make money and you do it in a way that is of beautiful service to others from your natural gifts, I think there's nothing better, right? If you can. So they want you to marinate on this a little bit, because even if you think you know that you have this gift, they're saying that you have to understand it on another level. Because the next wave of engagement with the world is this convergence of these aspects. This is why I have a very strong reaction when there are these spiritual people on interviews, those interview channels, I can't even name one now, but, and they demonize conventional modalities or fields. And you might think that I feel this way because I'm a psychologist. It's not just because I'm a psychologist, because I'm phasing out of pure form psychology. I don't think I've ever been a pure form psychologist, but I was trained as one, and et cetera, et cetera. No, it's because this is what I understand to be the case. I really don't enjoy when anyone demonizes anyone or any field unless there is abuse, okay? But to say the medical field is all terrible is not true, okay? If you broke your leg, you'd probably be in a hospital, okay? There are a lot of doctors that are doing a lot of good. And just because we don't like the way the medical establishment works in its entirety, it doesn't mean it's all bad. Same with psychology. Psychology is brilliant and beautiful. And I've helped a lot of people in pure form psychology, suicidal people, even though I know that there's a huge spiritual component. Okay, so what they're delivering in this first message is very important. It's not about just doing away with all the old structures. It's about taking the beauty and the intelligence from those structures, extracting from the programming, the controlling, the desire to keep humans sick, okay? Taking the brilliance out of that muddiness into the light, Okay? That's different. That's different what the new age keeps telling us about leaving all these old things behind, and it's all energy and it's all 5D, and all of us are just sitting around twiddling our thumbs waiting for some galactics to come in and save us. I don't mean to be on a soapbox here, you guys, but I see this damaging way of talking to the enlightened communities, and we're not there. We have to work with what we have to get to where we want to go. We can't just shun half the world and be meditating all day. I hope I didn't lose some of you guys. I mean, let me know in the comments. But not all doctors are bad, okay? They're not all out to harm us. I just want to say that. So you guys are bringing some kind of convergence between these two seemingly disparate parts, okay? What else do you want to tell my group number 2s about? What people admire about them? What do people admire about them? Oh, lovely. King of Cups. King of Cups. What else? I didn't expect that to come out. And the 9 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. So, you really seem to do, how do I say this? Show me about the King of Cups, my guides. Okay, the way that you work in the world comes from a place of power, okay? You know who you are, and because you know who you are, you're able to demonstrate self-love. When we know who we are, we don't need to project negativity onto others because we've learned so many of the lessons that we need to learn. You all seem to have developed into a place where your ego is only present as it is needed. Again, demonizing of the ego, which is crazy to me. The ego is needed, okay? It's not about being egoless. You guys have this wonderful ability to be in your power without having a lot of ego. You demonstrate so much self-love that when you show that love to others, other people are much more able to receive it. Because you're not doing it to get anything. You're not doing it to prove anything. You just understand that that is what I should be doing right now. They're saying that's not exactly right. It's, again, claircognizance. It's not an understanding of the brain. It's a deep knowing of what somebody needs in the moment, and it's just offered from you. You have a similar energy to group number 1 in the sturdiness, but where it's coming from and why is a different vibration. I just want to say that. With the 9 of Pentacles here, people admire you for being wholly you, okay? And it's almost like you have a quality about you that feels untouchable. You don't mean to be untouchable. You don't mean to be on a throne, so to speak. But I think that sometimes people do see you as a kind of Mother Mary type. And let's make no mistake about this. Mother Mary is extremely powerful. You have a divine energy about you that is at once powerful and loving. That soft and strong combination. I think I've mentioned that in previous readings. That is, again, this convergence of two apparently polarizing energies. You have this in one. You've got that hardiness when it's necessary. You've got that compassion when it's necessary. You're loving to people, but you hold your own space in an incredibly refined way. This is not something that can be learned. This is just who you are. And I think that's what people admire most about you, is that you're just who you are. And I'm hearing you wear it well. You have a very, very unique energy signature. You're able to, your personality and the way that you show up in the world is so decidedly different from the norm, but not because you do anything different. It's not like in group number 1 where you look different or you do crazy things. You just have an energy about you that appears unusual to others, where you combine facets of a spectrum that generally appear as different to the naked eye of the average person. You have this pink energy. Pink, again, he has pink, she has pink, they're both wearing blue. Those are your colors, pink and blue. Very high vibrational. Pink is the energy of all the colors in one. Pink is actually not considered a color at all. To me, pink is one of the most beautiful colors, and it is a divine color. You have all the colors of the rainbow, so to speak. And you can move the spindle of this spectrum a little left, a little to the right as needed. But you always house all of these energies in one. And people are like, how do you do that? How do you do that? Okay. I want to move on to the astro cards here. This is a very powerful and beautiful group here. Show me a little bit more about what people admire about my group number 2s. What do people admire about my group number 2s, please? Show me the card clearly. What do they admire about my group number 2s? Nice. We have Earth, persistence, patience, and practicality. Talk about 3 different elements on a spectrum. Persistence, often people see as moving and going, while patience is something that resides more in stillness. Practicality doesn't seem to be a part of persistence or patience at all. It feels altogether earthly. You have action, you have being, and you have sort of this earth energy, this connection to the earth. I didn't say that exactly as I wanted to say it. We have Mercury, Virgo, and Capricorn here. I'm sorry, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. My God. This is when my head is out of there. It's really something else. So you have Taurus, I suppose, being the persistent energy, Virgo being the patient energy, and Capricorn being the practical energy. So there's this idea with you guys that you're able to hold a lot of energies at once. It's interesting that they're showing Earth, because I'm seeing Earth and, I don't know what that would be. Water. Okay. Yeah. Earth and water here. Okay. Can you show us another card here in terms of what people admire about my group number 2s here? Show me the card clearly. Oop, that just fell out. Oh, interesting. We have Pluto transform. What do you want them to know about Pluto transform? Yeah, okay. Oh, and I just realized that the Hierophant is Taurus as well. So there might be a lot of Taurus or Venusian energy in this group, okay? Again, Taurus and Venusian, that's King of Cups and the Hierophant. Okay. You guys have this energy that you morph into a higher state of consciousness all the time. It's almost like every time people are in your midst, there's another level to your depth that they didn't know about before. Because you guys are a group that continuously evolves. What I'm also sensing is that people admire how you go about listening. You know how they highlighted that scene of you, of somebody talking to you, and it goes through the computer of your higher mind, let's say, and you're very thoughtful in the way that you communicate? What they're showing me is that there are times where you give practical feedback. There's times where you're patient and you're very quiet, and there are other times where you're somebody's cheerleader. And so people never quite know what they're going to get from you, but they always know that what they get for you is exactly what they need at that time. And with the Pluto card here, there's this idea of ever evolving states of consciousness. You're constantly evolving. Sometimes you're on the bench, sometimes you're in the game, but you're always in the game. Like I just said to one of my subscribers, or somebody who just listened, a lovely person I've been communicating with. If you're in this group, hello. There's this sense that you play different positions in the field of your spiritual path, and they're all exalted positions, but they're always different because you're always evolving and you're always transforming. And people really admire this about you because you know when to play one card versus another in a high vibrational way. I don't mean in a manipulative way. And I think people admire that you don't rest on your laurels. You don't sit on your hands. You're always seeking to understand more and to know more. Of course, that I didn't even speak about that with the Hierophant. Seeking higher states of knowledge, higher states of consciousness and awareness. And you don't rest. Again, not on your laurels. You don't rest in your knowledge. You're constantly seeking to understand and integrate more information, more knowledge, and ultimately inhabit wisdom. Be the inhabitor of wisdom. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you guys. Anything else? No. Okay, you guys, that's your reading for today. Please let me know if you enjoyed it in the comments down below. Please give the video a thumbs up. It helps my channel grow. I rhyme just there. And if nothing else, I'll see you guys in the next reading. Much love and many, many blessings. Welcome, group number 3. Today we are asking Spirit, what do people admire about you? You chose the Howlite and the Hermit card. Just give me a second, you guys. Just tuning in to your energy. My highest and best spirit guides guided only by the one source. Tune me in, please, to group number 3's energy. What do people admire most about my group number 3's? Okay. Wow. Your energy is so peaceful and calm. Howlite actually goes perfectly with the Hermit. The Hermit is not always peaceful, but Howlite is a very peaceful stone. I have the sense that you bring a lot of peace to spaces they're showing me. So they're not just highlighting people. They're saying wherever you go, there you are. You're there fully, okay? That's John Kabat-Zinn. Wherever you go, there you are, okay? And that just basically means that you are there fully. You're present with all of your beautiful energy. Wow, they're showing me some interesting stuff with this group. You guys might be grid workers. You might work with ley lines. You might work with the Earth's energy, because I'm seeing that you might travel and you might bring your very peaceful, very deep energy to different parts of the world. That's not going to resonate with everyone, but that just came through. I did not anticipate that coming in. Okay. You are not one to speak easily. I almost can't find my words because you guys seem to exist very much in the mind. When you say something, people lean in. That's how, oh, he's speaking, she's speaking. You might be one of those people who say, I rarely comment, but, and then you comment when something really hits you right in the heart, right in the third eye, okay? And when you speak and you lean in, you have something important to say, okay? They're showing it to me as a single line coming out of your mouth, and it could read as poetry, as wisdom. It's sort of like from front to back, what you say holds a great deal of meaning. You don't speak just to speak. You don't have the need to take up a lot of space. And not in a dysfunctional way, in a thoughtful way. You speak when it's meaningful. There's this sense that you understand that communication doesn't just reside in words, but also in presence. Sorry, my cat just jumped onto her window seat, smacking the blinds on her way up. I mean, even Pixie, the fact that she's coming around, she's a galactic cat. She doesn't walk around meowing all the time. Okay, but when she meows, oh, you want to listen because something's up, something's going on, okay? And she also meows all through the night and never through the day, okay? So you guys might be night owls. You might commune with the cosmos. You might have a deep connection to your galactic guides. You might have a deep connection with your higher self, okay? Again, going back to your mode of communication, I feel as though you communicate through your body. How you hold yourself in space, proprioception, how you hold yourself in space is a way that you communicate as well. You might say that you're perturbed by they're showing me somebody leaning back in their chair and sort of crossing their arms. It's like, you don't say very much, oh, but you're saying a whole lot. They're showing me somebody sitting in nature and looking around. And it's like you have little how do you say it? Senses or, what is that called? Bloody hell. It's like you've got this radar or something where you're picking up on energy. All of your senses the volume is high and you're sort of feeling your way in the environment. It's very hard to put into words what I'm seeing. You're hearing outstanding noises. You're sensing outstanding. They're showing me temperatures, cold, hot, okay? A rustle here, where the wind is coming and how the wind behaves around you. You are very highly attuned to the energies that are around you, and they are very attuned to you. They're showing me the ocean greeting you at your feet, and you're the kind of person who will hear the ocean giggle. I wrote a poem about that. That's why I'm using that verbiage. That the ocean met me at my ankles and I heard her giggle at my feet. Yeah, I'm a little too emotional sometimes. You guys have a very unique relationship with energy from nature, the water, the wind, all the elements, the cosmos, the stars, the moon, okay? And it's like you're all family. You're all one. You guys experience a sense of unity consciousness with the elements way before you could ever imagine feeling that with another human being. You might be my group who says, I don't really like humans all that much, which is a pretty rough statement. I have to say that I used to say something like that myself. I was interested in humans, but more from afar than being a human myself. But I've grown out of that a bit more, and I see so much beauty in humans. I just think that there's a lot of work to do, okay? So if I were to say, what do people admire most about you? I'm hard pressed to answer that because I think that the trees and animals and the wind admire you. And they find their way to you like the ocean rushing towards your feet. You have this beautiful energy about you that I think might be very high vibrational, that it can be hard for humans to locate you or to get close to you. Not because you're cold, but because your energy is so decidedly different from most, period. Now, if I can speak to what people admire about you, I would say that they admire your profound energy signature, even whilst it's noticed from afar. You see, I'm even having a hard time putting the words to it, because when people see you, you're this interesting being that they can't quite place. But it doesn't feel intimidating, nor does it feel weird. It's like a fascinating, they're calling it a Herkimer diamond. Like almost like you're in that, in a gallery and people are marveling at you, but they can't quite touch you or get close to you. That's how they're showing it to me. There is an awareness on some level of people's consciousness, maybe not in their immediate awareness, but somewhere in their consciousness, that you do something very profound just by being in the world. You have a presence, a very profound presence about you. And people admire whatever it is that you do. They don't know, but they know it's something solid and real and profound. You're the kind of person that people will say, as long as they're in the world, I'm okay. God, you guys are getting me emotional. You're the kind of person where people say, that person reminds me that there's still goodness in the world. You restored my faith in humanity. Sorry if I'm sniffling because I'm getting a little teary-eyed. I'll work on that, you guys, okay? Just stick with me. I'm not even one to cry very much in my everyday life. I wish I could cry more. But this is just so emotional to me because your presence is so profound and it's so deep and also so peaceful. Yeah, I just keep hearing that this person restored my faith in humanity, which is huge. It's just huge. It's not so much what you know in the mind, it's what you are in your presence that strikes people so sideways, so whoa. You almost feel nameless to me because you embody so much energy that you reach way beyond the bounds of your physical body into formlessness. That, again, I don't think people could put that into words, but, well, that's what I'm doing for them. Your energy stretches very far outside your immediate field and touches people even as they're just observing you. And it does something to them. It's like your energy reaches out and touches people. And they just know it. It's quite inexplicable. And it's hard to explain. But if this is your group, you're like, bang on, that's right. Because I can't make this up. Okay. Let's get a couple of more cards here. Although I think with all three of the groups, the opening card, the significator card, was very much your energy, okay? So if that's not you, definitely go to another group, okay? My highest and best spirit guides guided only by the one. Can you show me a little bit more about what people admire about my group number 3s here? This magnificent group, this otherworldly group that I'm talking about here. What do they admire about my group number 3s? Show me the card clearly, please. Thank you. I thought something like that was going to come out. The 10 of Wands. And, okay, whoop, that just flew on the floor. Yeah, Temperance, of course. Interesting. Interesting. Don't we all say that? Interesting. It's like, what does that mean? Merkaba. 3 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. 10 of Wands. What does that mean, my highest and best spirit guides? Okay. They're saying literally, people see you as somebody who carries the weight of the world on your shoulders. And now the Temperance. You take that weight and you alchemize it. You know how they talked about how you commune with nature as much as you commune with the cosmos? They could have showed me the Magician card, the as above, so below, that the magician portrays on the card. But instead they showed me the Temperance card, which is not just as above, as below. It's the alchemization of that energy. This is exactly what they channeled. You take the weight of the world and you change it into something better. Period. You are the great alchemists of this community, of the world. You move energy in this very seamless way that people can't conceive of. They cannot even begin to understand how you do what you do. It's not just taking heavy energy and making it lighter. It's something much more magical than that, even though that is magical. You're somehow able to transmute, okay? Which is different than eradicating or bringing more light into the darkness. You take energy and you transmute it into something that is usable, that is healing, and I'm also hearing that is generous. Some of you might call yourselves shamans. The hollow bone, that you take energy from the cosmos and you move it through the earth and to people. But it's an alchemical process, because you can't just pluck energy down from the 5, 6, 7D and just bring it down into the earth and just have the earth gobble that up. You have to you're like a transmitter of energy, but there's a transmutation that occurs within your field of consciousness that allows that energy to be received by the world, by the earth rather, by nature. I hope I'm doing an okay job explaining this, because as I'm seeing it, it's so hard to describe it because I don't know if there are words to it. Let's say you were talking to somebody. This is very hard to bring into the 3D because you guys don't feel very 3D to me, but let's just try. And you reflect something that they're saying to you. So your friend says, I feel so bad that my mother passed. I don't know why they're giving me that very extreme example. Maybe someone's mother passed away here. My heart goes out to you if that's the case. What you would say to them is something like, God, let me try to embody this energy. First, you wouldn't say anything at all. Your eyes would shift when you hear their words land in your heart. So the way you look at them while they're speaking holds this profound depth that they feel so seen and so held before you respond in any other way at all. You respond in your eyes. Then I'm seeing a physical gesture, a hand placed gently, not intrusively, on the other person's hand. Then there's a deep in-breath where you take some of that burden from them. You breathe in some of that burden and you transmute it in the out-breath of calm, peace. And then you feel their hand relax under your hand as they engage with your energetic field that can both hold space and also emit healing energy. And maybe you say something like, I hear. You might tone, you might make a sound. Oh. That allows the other person to cry. Because you're not crowding them out with your energy. You're creating a field of openness within which they can fully share the expression of their sorrow. And as that sorrow bends towards you, you breathe it in and you transmute it. And healing energy blends into that bent energy, calibrating it in a way that makes them feel safe, calm, heard, held, and words that we don't have in the English dictionary, maybe in other languages, okay? Sometimes, I feel like I need to use another language to say something because it's just not demonstrated in the English language, but I don't even have a word for this. This is my group number 3s. You are very, very special. With the 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, you have this way of being able to be here and there at the same time. You are able to be here and all the way over there at the very same time. And you're able to bring there over here, and you're able to bring here over there. I know that might sound cryptic, but I trust that this group understands what my guides are channeling through me. You're able to be everywhere all at the same time. I feel very privileged to be in your energetic field, my group number 3s. My highest and best spirit guides, please show me a little bit more if you would like with the astrology deck. What do people most admire about my group number 3s? What do people and nature and the elements love? Okay, no, admire most about my group number 3s. All the beings on this planet and off this planet, what do they admire about my group number 3s here, this magical group? There we go. Neptune. Couldn't have said it better myself. You're Neptune. That's what you are. Dream and transcend. Transcend, 10 of Wands. This is what you transcend. Dream, the Hermit card. And Neptune, the waters, temperance. I know temperance is not Neptune, but I'm not trying to make it fit. It's just like the story really told the tale of 12th house energy of Neptune. Okay. There is this energy of the spiral with this group. If I were to assign you a geometric figure, it would be the spiral. Moving between dimensions constantly, evolving constantly, always in some form of motion, even when you are still. Yeah? I'm kind of just blown away from this reading. Should we get, they said we don't really need another card. Let me see if they show me another card. I'll do 3 shuffles. Anything else that all the living beings across time and space admire about my group number 3s? Do you have another card for me? 2. No, we don't have another card. That's it. That's your reading, my group number 3s. Let me know if this resonated. Please let me know if this resonates. I'd like to know who this resonated with. It was a joy and a pleasure to be in your energetic fields. My group number 3. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Bringing this down to earth here. If nothing else, I send you guys so much love and so many blessings. Not that you need it, but there it is. Until the next reading, take very good care.